Welcome to Zero to Hosted. My name is Royce and I messed up. If you're new here, welcome in. This channel is all about learning how to self-host applications by myself, starting from nothing. Hence the name Zero to Hosted. As a part of that, I am supposed to be walking you all through learning Linux and specifically using a platform called labx.io to understand and start learning the Linux operating system. However, the last time that I went to make this video, I wasn't actually recording my screen. So there's a long video of me walking through some of the things that I've learned that you'll just never see. However, I'm going to go back to where we last left off and kind of walk through what I learned there and try to narrate through some of it. I don't know how great it's going to go, to be honest with you, but rookie YouTuber mistake. I'm going to make sure that I'm always recording my screen when I'm doing these to make sure that you all can work along with me and you can help me out when I get stuck. So having said that, let's jump right into where I did get stuck in my last video working on the move files. Now that we're in, as you can see, I was able to complete the delete and move files kind of unit here and get that check mark. That's where we had left off last time. So I'm going to hop back into it now so that we can kind of talk through what I've learned here. And hopefully we'll have some time to look through the Linux user group and file permissions unit as well and talk a little bit about that because that was starting to get really interesting. Actually, interestingly enough, it says that I didn't finish this. So maybe let's look and see why it's saying I didn't finish this. We had done the delete files. Now we're going into the copy files. So I'm going to start on copy files and just work through there. Hopefully it'll be a little bit faster and some of the insights that I talked through before will come back to me as I'm doing this. I can't really guarantee that they will, but let's see. All right, so let's start with the copy one here. Folder name challenge2 has been created. It contains the file name challenge2. It has to copy the file to challenge1. Okay, using the cp command. Okay. So I'm gonna go through what we did before, checking to make sure that these folders exist first, which obviously they do. So, and I can do change directory. Great, so now we're in challenge2. One thing that I did learn, and it will come up here, but I'm gonna kind of cheat because I know it now, and was something that was really difficult to figure out. There's kind of a shortcut to move through directories that if you do cd in 2 periods, it automatically just takes you up one level of that directory, which is really helpful and really cool. It's kind of the thing that I had gotten stuck on before when trying to figure this out and use this. So that's really cool. But let's just go back here. Or actually, I'm not even super sure that I need to do this. But let's see. I'm gonna go into challenge2, back into challenge2, and it says copy. So cp, or before I do that, let's list again. Great. And then copy. So the command is first, then what we're trying to copy, and then where we want to copy it to, which is the challenge1 directory. Let's see what happens when we do this. Okay, so it looks like nothing. What I remember is we were getting stuck because we were trying to get out of we were trying to change a directory from inside another directory or folder. So we can't, I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is that when I try to go into challenge1, the challenge1 folder from here is not going to work. It's going to say it's not found. Yeah, okay, so cool. I'm learning something and it's kind of starting to come together. So in order to do that, you either need to do the direct path to it, which is over here on this right-hand side, or you need to go up a level first and then into that. Because I just showed the 2 dots to go up a level, I'm gonna try this direct path here. Let me hit this copy thing, probably works better. And then, great, and that takes you to challenge1, and now I'm gonna list here and see, only see one thing in this. That's interesting. I was in challenge 2. I copied it. Challenge 1. Okay. I'm going to hit continue just to confirm that what I did was wrong. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, okay. So instead, let's do something different here. Let's go copy. Oh no, change directory first. So actually, I'm just gonna paste. Oops. No. Just as a heads up of what I just tried to do, I tried to hit Command Z to undo text that I had typed here. It did not work. Oh, but I think the arrows. No. Okay, so I'm just gonna delete all this out. But what if I do that? There we go. Okay. Change directory. I'm gonna go like this. So now I'm back into challenge 2. And as a reminder, using the up arrow or down arrow will kind of toggle you through your previous command. So that's what I did there instead of typing that one out and then just change from challenge 1 to challenge 2. So now that I'm in challenge 2, I'm gonna go back and copy challenge 2.txt and then paste again that direct path. Let's see what that does. Okay, so it didn't throw any errors, which is good. Change directory here, list. There we go. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure why I'm having to use the direct path here instead of the name. This is definitely more precise and exact. I would love to be able to just type in the name of the folder, but it's possible that it's one of those things as well where you need the direct path because you can't look into a folder that's above it or like on the same level, I guess in this case, with challenge 1, 2, and 3 all kind of being at the same level and project being the parent folder. So there we go. I would expect this to pass at this point. Cool. So we got copy. We learned a couple things. One, putting in the direct path from within a folder allows the function or the command to work the way you're expecting it to. And then this change directory ... goes up one folder. So in this example, it went from challenge 2 to project. So I think this is where we got stuck last time. I think what we just saw here and what I just talked through here is going to help us move through this really quickly, for better or for worse at this point. Hopefully I can remember any of the other things that stood out to me when I got stuck the last time and the first time that I've recorded this video. So let's go here, move file challenge 3 text to the challenge 1 directory. Great. So we're going to do change directory again, or actually I'm not going to type that in. I'm going to just toggle through it. Bam. And so I know that this needs to be challenge 3 instead. So great, we're in challenge 3. And then we're going to do the move. Nope, not yet. Move challenge, oops. Challenge 3 and paste it here because that's where it needs to go. So once again, we're using that direct path. I think in my last video, what you'll see is me trying to move it into just challenge 1, which wasn't working. So I was going like this, expecting that it would be able to look at all of the folders that are in this terminal or on this database, I guess would maybe be the right word, and then get to this folder. It doesn't seem like that's an option. You have to point it in the right way using the direct path. A little bit of an annoying feature, but does provide extra precision and kind of clarity about where you're putting something and where it's going. So I'm gonna hit enter there. Then I'm gonna list out, see if anything's in this. This is saying that there's nothing in it. I'm gonna change the directory to challenge 1. Okay, yeah. And then list here. Cool. So seems like this should work the way we're expecting to. I know we kind of spent a lot of time at the end of the last video walking through this and trying to figure this out, but we figured it out now, so we'll go with that. Cool. So there we go. We got through copy and we've gotten through move pretty quickly now, and learned some key things. As kind of a recap again for those, change directory with the dots goes up 1 level. Using the direct path here is helpful and allows you to use the copy and the move command from within other folders, and it gives it the exact path in which what you're trying to copy something to. If this has been helpful for you, please do take a second and hit subscribe and like the video. It's very helpful to me to know that you all like this type of content, that this is helpful for you. If you have questions that come up for you while you're doing this, please put them in the comment section as well. I probably don't have the answers, to be honest with you, but maybe somebody else that's watching it just because they're trying to freshen up their skills or likes to watch people struggle like me, will have an answer to you and can point you in the right direction. Okay, cool. So that was it. That was this one. So it does look like we'll be able to get through a little bit more. Honestly, I think this lab should get this vote, but now that I've done this lab, tried this 3 times now, I do feel happy that I've learned what I needed to learn, and it is there. Maybe a little bit more clarity on some of the things of you needing to use the exact path and stuff like that would be helpful, but maybe I just didn't read the instructions well. I don't know. I'm gonna give them a smiley face for now, but when you do it, let me know if you struggle, and then give them the rating that you think is best for it. Okay, cool. So I also started this one in the last video that you all will never see, unfortunately, but I am gonna go back to the beginning of this one too, because this really did have some cool, really new topics for me that is much different from just using a regular Windows or Mac OS kind of interface. Although all of this has been pretty different to this point, I think this has really made me feel like I was stepping into the next level, and I was gonna get some tools that would allow me to manage and self-host applications myself. In this next unit, we're looking at user groups and file permissions. And the first command they teach is whoami. For me, I'll be honest with you, when I first saw this, I thought it said whoami, and that was very confusing. And then I realized it just said whoami, which makes much more sense based on what it's saying, because it's saying let's start by identifying which user we're currently logged in as. And that is one thing I really like about Linux so far, is all the commands I'm looking for kind of have a pattern or are closely related to natural English language, which is helpful for me to understand them and remember. Copy is CP, move is MV, delete I believe was RM, which is obviously not delete but remove. This is whoami, so it tells you about who you are and who you're logged in as. So those type of things are really helpful when I'm doing this. So let's go through using this whoami command and see what we're gonna learn. Cool. We got that. Currently logged in as a LabX user. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna create a new user next. Create a new user requires administrative privileges. We'll use the sudo command. So kind of to what I was talking about, right? Like sudo stands for Superuser Do, which is not necessarily English language, but you can kind of see the pattern of putting these two words together in order to create an easier command to use. So sudo Superuser Do. Sudo is also one that I've seen a lot of people use in videos when they're either installing, or I've been researching about different applications. Sudo comes up a lot, so I just saw it, and obviously I knew it was a command but didn't know what it stood for. So knowing that it stands for Superuser Do is really helpful, and allows regular users to execute commands as a super user or root user. Okay, so That seems like it comes with a lot of power behind it as well. Every user belongs to a primary group, cool, and multiple secondary groups. When you create a new user with adduser, it automatically creates a primary group for that user with the same name as the username. This is called a user private group scheme. Enter the following command to create a username Jack. Okay, so going superuser do adduser Jack. Cool. All right. This command will create a new user named Jack. Cool. A new group named Jack. That's interesting. That each user has their own primary group, and add the user Jack to the group Jack. I feel like that would be confusing to know when you're looking at a user versus when you're looking at a group. Maybe they're kind of interchangeable, but that seems like a good question when you're looking at, maybe that doesn't come up, I don't know, but that just sounds like it would be confusing to me personally. And create a home directory for Jack at home/Jack. Okay. Set a password, provide information. Okay. Yeah, I remember, I don't know if this is really a Linux thing or a terminal thing on computers, because my Mac does this as well if I'm doing something in the terminal, which is very rarely, and really only on one occasion where I'm using an application that uses terminal. And if I have to create a password or type a password into it, it does not show that the password is being typed, which is essentially what they're saying here, and can be really nerve-wracking, especially if you're creating a password. Ooh, and I've already started typing while I'm talking, so hopefully this is right. Okay, they're asking me to retype it, which is good. Okay, cool. So password updated successfully. Change the user information for Jack. Enter the new value. Press enter for the default. Okay. So full name. That's gonna have that. Okay, wait. Did I skip something? Okay, I guess I'll just hit enter. Oh yeah, and press enter to use the default values for other information. Okay, cool. So full name, room number. Oh, that's interesting. Work phone, home phone, other. Just go yes. Okay. I wonder if these like room number, work phone, home phones, and other are standard across all Linux distributions, or if it's only showing up here. That seems like kind of a weird group of questions to be asking when creating a user, but I'm sure it had some purpose at some point in time to somebody. All right, so let's go ls home. Oops. Okay. So this is interesting because let's see if it breaks down this home thing. What are the home directories of regular users stored? Where are the home directories? Let's go with that one for right now. What I'm seeing here is this is saying list what's in the home directory. Okay, I guess that makes sense because when we just do ls, it's looking at this directory. But also a little confusing because LabX is the user. Okay, so I guess this green, light green is the user. The blue is the directory. Okay. Home directories for regular users are typically stored in the home directory. As you saw in the current setup, when you ran sudo adduser jack, the system automatically created, it's all the home directories currently present on the system. Okay, so each user will have its own home directory, and ls with the path of home will show that. Okay, cool. And then let me do id jack. Oops, wrong place. Cool. So user ID, group ID, groups. Yeah, this user ID, group ID thing is strange, especially because the user ID and the group ID are the same, and then the name is the same as well. I feel like that could cause a lot of confusion. But let's just keep going and see what happens next. Okay, we did that. That was weird. Okay, go back here. Okay, Jack was created. Excellent. All right, explore user groups. All right, this will probably be the last thing that we do for today, just because it's getting late for me, but hopefully this is helpful for you all. It is interesting to see how creating users can work. I would definitely be interested to know how different users can be given access to different applications or different things in the server so that they can take different actions and only use the things that they're supposed to for like security reasons and stuff. But that definitely sounds like something that for way down the line. Let's go with exploring these user groups and finish this one, and then we'll be done. All right, so user groups will organize multiple users for permission management. Each user has a primary group and can belong to multiple secondary groups. Cool. All right, ID. Cool, so LabX group, Superuser group, SSL cert, and public. Cool. Now let's view all groups on the system. Okay, so cat. Oops. All right, I don't really know what any of that means. Let me just go back so we can see it again. It's down here at the bottom, just in case you can't see. But so it says the cat command displays file contents. This path here is where group information is stored. So etc group. I wonder. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go list. Let's see what happens if I do that. I just want to see. Oh, interesting. Okay, so if you missed that, in a previous function that we did, let me see if I can just pull it up really quick. We did list home, and it showed us Jack and it showed us LabX as the home directories. So that's essentially, I did the same thing here to see what would happen with when I did list etc, because what they were saying here is that you can display the file contents from something that's in etc, and this is essentially letting me see what's in etc. So this was group. Let's see if we can find group. Yes, we have group here. Group is down here. Let's see other ones that might just like look familiar and understandable. You've got fonts, environment, host name. Okay, so interesting. Networks, profile. Okay, I'd be interested to know. I wonder if these blue things are folders and these are files. Maybe that's what that is, right? Because if we just look at the color coordination that has been here, LabX, this green is always the user that you're running as. This has always been the folder, and then this darker green is the command that you're using. So I wonder if these things in blue are saying this is the the folder that you can access to get more things from. And when we just did that group one, this just is a file that you can get the content from, like it says over here. But I will say that I hate about this, how do you see the rest? Like, how do I see what A is? I don't want to, like, I need to be able to scroll, but that's not an option. You just go through the, like, I'm scrolling, and as you can see, it's changing down here. It's just scrolling through that. How do I see what A is? That's really frustrating to not be able to do, but whatever. This is also saying you can kind of do the same thing with grep, which is cool. I'm just gonna copy it for now. I'm tired of typing. Groups. Wait. Okay. Is it? Oh, is this saying that LabX is in this, or the LabX user is a part of these groups? Yeah, I think that'll be another question that I have here. Let me know if you know the answer to that one. Okay, cool. Create a new group and add a user to it. All right, I think we're gonna pause for today. This was really cool. Once again, sorry for kind of messing up the first run of this, but hopefully you still got some value from this one as well. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe to the video so that I can know that you like these, so that I can make some more of these that are helpful for you. Like I said, if you have other resources that have been helpful for you learning Linux, let me know. Someone did comment on another video asking why I didn't just get a terminal and start trying, and it did make me laugh, and I appreciated their confidence in me, but I have no confidence that if I wouldn't even know where to start, honestly. So this is helpful for me. If you also don't know where to start, this is the channel for you. I hope you can join me in this journey, that you'll like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.